I'm calling the meeting to order. Welcome to the regular city council meeting, Tuesday, November 18th. If you'd please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Misty.
Clements.
Here.
Dewater. Morris.
Here.
Weir.
Yes.
I'm here.
Number 4, approval of the November 18th, 2025 agenda. Take a motion to approve, please.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 5 is council to consider request for extension on cease and desist nuisance abatement Moeller Lawn Care. If you'd like to come up to the podium.
Would you like me to just make a statement or?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Okay.
I mean,
Sure.
they all got a copy of your request.
Email? Okay. Yep. We've decided to we're gonna put our property on the market to try to sell it. We've cleaned everything off the property, logs, nothing's in sight. So there shouldn't be any nuisances on the property at all. We're trying to get it together to sell. The 14 days is a pretty short period of time to be able to move 100% of everything off. So anything associated with my business that's not off the property is in the shop or in the building. So that's my comment on that for the request. And I wish this could have gone differently. I think it could have. I know there's a few neighbors that are unhappy with what we're doing. And I think that we could have worked something out, but since the beginning, we all know how this has gone. And the neighbors have continued to complain, and we've had continued conversations with Steve, and I know you guys are trying to do your job, and I'm trying to run a company, and obviously it's not working out for either of us. And I just want to emphasize, I'm a small business. I think Evansdale should support small businesses, and we spend tens of thousands of dollars at businesses in the city. For instance, Advanced Automotive, my doctor's here, my pharmacy's here, I go to Ted's all the time, and just instances like that. So I wish it could have gone differently, but we have decided to sell the property and put it on the market here in a couple of weeks, and I'm just hoping to extend the cease and desist just to give us time to relocate everything else. So that's all I have to say about everything. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Any comments, council?
I don't have a problem extending that time frame for him.
I don't either. Essentially, it's going to be inactive, as I understand it.
Yeah, it sounds like the cease has happened, so that's ultimately what the order was to do. You're asking until January 15th, essentially? Guess I'm in favor of that.
I'll take a motion then.
I would move to approve the extending until January 15th.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Your request has been granted. We also wish that we could have worked with you. It just was beyond our control. So, item number 6, any public comment this evening? Item number, oh,
Good evening, thank you. My name is
Yeah.
Rod Hunt. I live catty corner. I mean, I'm one of his neighbors.
Oh, okay.
And I wish this would have went different too. You know, I moved to Evansdale 8 years ago. Great town, love the town. This kind of leaves a little bit of a sour taste, but the kid's a hustler. He's trying to hustle, he's trying to make a living, and some of the, I would think, the neighbors that, I guess I can't speak for them, I can assume, with the Lafayette Street issue going on last summer, he had to use a different way to get into his own property, and it came out in front of a couple neighbors' houses, and I guess they didn't I mean, one of them gave permission for him to go through his property, and the other one didn't like it, I guess. It's sad that we're pushing a guy out of town that's just hustling and trying to make a living, and I don't know. It's a very sad thing. But like I said, for the most part, but I don't know what else we have other than a small town and our people that are in it. So, it's too bad that it came down to this. So, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we appreciate your comments. Anyone else this evening? Item number 7, approval of the consent agenda. There is one minor change on the minutes to be as amended, reflecting that we approved the demolition of 952 Gilbertville Road with Bobby Frickson instead of Rod Frickson. So that will be amended. I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 8, approval of the resolution calendar. I'll take a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Clements,
Yes.
DeWater,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Weir,
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. All approved. Number 9, request from Fire Department to purchase 2025 utility vehicle in the amount of $55,557.74 with DR Power Sports as budgeted for FY26. Just want to make it known that we had previously approved this, actually with a different company. However, was brought to my attention, as well as other council members, and the fire chief. There was a local source, for this same vehicle, and maybe even a little bit better, quality of a, side-by-side. And also, according to our purchase, and this is, ran by our city attorney, also according to our, city attorney, the fire chief needed to provide a written explanation as to why he wasn't able to obtain 3 written quotes. So since that was not done, because that is our procedural basis, this is kind of a do-over. We did go back to the primary company that gave us a quote, and also DR Motorsports. Council, questions?
It was kind of unfortunate, really, that it went this way. I mean, I kind of got a little laugh out of it. We used to be so hardcore about 2 bids all
Yeah.
the time. And then we only had 1, but I think you sort of explained it, Justin, like it was such a specialized machine that we were hard-pressed, fire department was hard-pressed to find another bid.
Yeah, so I can speak to that. In fact, I will take accountability for that on behalf of working with the chief and obviously my knowledge in the department too. The kit and things that install them, not all vendors will do. So to find where it would be at, We knew of Polaris. Honda that we looked through did not have the same stylized kits. Can-Am is the one that's here with Dr. Power Sports, and that's the primary brand that he carries. I had no idea Can-Am went much more outside of, they were much more racing. You know, so a lot of the dirt bikes and the side-by-sides, but they're more racing models, and they do have the utility ones, but they're just, to me, in my head, I just don't ever think that they're a utility model or something like this. And come to find out that after the fact and said, hey, how, you know, we can do this for you, we're local. I looked at even the chief and I said, did you know Can-Am does, you know, would be able to build that for us as well? So, as much as we looked around, now the different bids we did get, I can tell you, chief, we did have 2 of the Polaris bids. So we did do 2 of them. One was in the state and the other one through Minnesota was much better in the tune of like over 10,000 less, if I remember correctly. So we did at least get the 2 up front, and I believe the best price was the one presented. But as far as any others local, that I will claim accountability for that, yeah, we obviously just didn't dig in deep enough to know that the Can-Am did that. So,
Yeah.
Well, it's, you know, encouraging that a local firm got the bid,
Yeah.
but boy, I don't like the way it happened, you know. with
Sure.
The other bid being exposed, and then
sure.
Yeah. Sure.
DR gets to do a bid against that,
Right.
and they got a chance to rebid
Yeah.
Polaris. So,
They did.
did they reduce it much? Not much.
At least that had been shared with me, not to my knowledge.
Yeah.
I never saw any new numbers.
It
So the
looked
ones
kinda
I
like
have
the
there,
same.
so.
Yeah, it
Number.
was. Yeah. And actually, our purchasing policy also states, just for all transparency, that we can purchase something locally and pay 5% more, up to 5% more.
Yeah, no, I
Just
totally
to be able
agree
to
with
give
that.
it back into our community instead of going out of state. And I think another huge factor is oil changes and maintenance.
Service,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to be running up to Medina, Minnesota every time, you know, we have an issue.
Not at all.
So,
This
I
makes
think
a lot
that
more
was-
sense. I'm glad it came delayed, but like I said,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate it did the way it did, but.
Well, and you made a comment, Adam, in the emails, that you had experience working out there, or having your vehicle serviced out there.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, they do.
and of course, we
bang up
all
job.
know one of the owners.
we
So,
do?
Yeah,
We do?
Although you
We
are
do.
hear it, they keep,
Chad Deutsch.
he is gonna let you hear it though, that you keep calling it DR Motorsports though.
I
so.
know it's Doctor.
Dr. Power
When,
Sports.
when you said it and then Dick said, yeah, I
was like, oh,
apologize.
slip of the tongue. I
Dr.
was like, you'll
Power
hear, I bet
Sports.
you'll hear that. So yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was also down, obviously, and again, I certainly don't say it when Chad can't be here to review it, but obviously he went in and chose Can-Am, so he's gonna be biased towards that to say it's a better machine. I have no problem with either one. I think you're gonna find arguments that Polaris is the better machine, that Can-Am's the better machine, that Honda's a better machine. They're all great brands in my opinion, so I have no problem which direction, if it's a Can-Am or if it's a Polaris, as far as the machine itself. I think any of those are fine picks. The specialized fire loadout and EMS loadout, I actually just talked with the chief tonight. He did send his apologies. We got called out for a service call, for an EMS call just prior to the meeting that he had to go on. So he did let me know he wouldn't be here. Is all the same. So that equipment, that was my concern, as I even asked him earlier, was I didn't see the real good breakdown. Polaris, I knew what that med bed had and what it all contained. Can-Am just said, there's the item, you know, single line item. And I'm like, did they tell us? And he goes, no, that is actually made by a third party company that any of the manufacturers can then just suit and they bolt it in. So effectively what happened is we will order a Can-Am Defender, and then Can-Am or Dr. Power Sports will order that third party setup and bring it to their outfit and put it all together for us. So that is the same. It's just what chassis are we putting it on, more or less.
All right.
I'm good. Well, I would take a motion to approve the bid from Dr. Power Sports.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item 10, council to approve purchase of city digital sign with Nagel signs in the amount of $46,918.53 with a 25% down. We actually, Sandy, Dottie, and I went to Nagel Signs just to kind of look at some of their signs. They're actually working on the Pella sign. It's pretty impressive, 21 feet wide. It's going to be a circle, 2 halves. Yeah, it was really neat to see their stuff. Also, I know Nagel Signs does support their distributor for Daktronics. Daktronics is a superior company as far as the LED, from what I understand. And that was another leaning factor. It had been mentioned that we maybe should reach out to some other vendors, and I'm open. It's your guys' decision.
And I could jump on that, Mayor, too, just,
Yeah.
it was the purchasing policy, the same thing that we just,
Yeah.
literally just kind of covered.
Yep.
Now that we kind of know what we want, again, obviously the price was already shown even previous to this, he kind of gave the pricings of difference, but just to make sure we did our due diligence. Now, again, I believe Nagel's the only Daktronics supplier, so I don't, if you really get apples to apples, then argument can be made there. But like there's Signs and Designs, I know up in Cedar Falls that does them. There's Signs by Tomorrow, I think, that does at least some type of signage. I was just throwing it out to, if we're looking at moving forward with it, just showing that we did our due diligence and having, more than one bid, basically. If they can produce something apples to apples, and if they can't, then we can list that we tried and we couldn't get, something competitive to it. But
I
that
think
was
we
just-
should at least reach out and ask them if they
My
can
thought,
give us a comparable
Yep.
quote.
Yeah, you could show them this bid and ask them if they want to bid.
That usually works.
I would do that. You know what would be helpful, though? Do you have any idea on what electrical hookup might be?
Right there at the street light. The street light is literally
Yeah.
in that same section.
And shipping, right?
There wasn't,
There wasn't any?
no,
Yeah.
because it's assembled and then it virtually just goes to Nagel to put the rest together.
So you
Certainly
can-
can't hurt to get other bids.
That's totally up to you, council. Yeah.
And the only reason I brought up was, again, just trying to make sure we followed through the rules that we
Sure.
had set in place, just to
Yep.
show that we tried, we tried to do our due diligence. I have no problem with this, and in fact, I will be shocked as far as the quality based if somebody can beat it. Just because the reason Nagel does these signs and they are so popular and they are the only Daktronics is because it's, and I am familiar with it, it is one of the better brands, better LED stuff out there, so they are not wrong when they say that.
Just one question for clarity. On the agenda, it said that with this proposal, we would only have to pay 25% down, but in the written proposal, it refers to a 50% down payment. So
I
they
clarified
changed
that with them.
Great.
I asked him that day we were there and then followed up by email.
Okay.
And he said, yes, they would be more than willing to do that. Since it's gonna be March or April before it will be installed. So,
What company provides the sign at Prince of Peace?
Nagel did.
They did, okay. Do we have other businesses in town that, off the top of our heads, that we would contact?
Well, he listed a couple of them.
there's a couple,
Yeah,
one in
there-
Cedar Falls.
there are.
Both in Cedar
Yeah,
Falls.
both in Cedar Falls. I gave the mayor a couple that, at least on
Okay.
their website, did advertise some kind of LED sign. Now, one of them, I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't see an exact style of high definition full color. It was the old school, just red lettering. But we can at least ask. That's the thing, is we at least reached out and tried
Sure.
to see who can also do them. The other one did seem to advertise at least something similar in a full color sign.
I could check with Action Signs on 18th Street.
Yeah. Yeah, we've worked with Chris in the past.
Get my stuff from.
Sure. Do you have a digital sign?
I don't have, well, no, I don't.
No,
have digital.
okay, I was just wondering.
No, I just got this code there, and
Yeah.
Polos.
In the Evansdale News. I see your face every day I go to unlock the building.
So do we need to table this then?
Yeah, I'd take a,
I would move to table
Okay.
until we get more bids.
I'll second that.
all in favor of table it until, we can see if we can get additional bids.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, moving on. 11 is request to approve special mounting kit for camera and apparatus bay, CRC, in the amount of $425 with mainstay. And you are the pro at this because I think you're the one that requested it. So I'll let you address it if council has any questions.
You can blame me. I'm the one that this just, obviously I'm in the building. It just bothers me every time I walk by it. For a $30,000 camera system, the pole mounted camera in the apparatus bay is simply just mounted to a probably 12 or 14 inch by 12 or 14 inch piece of plywood. So you just walk in and it isn't even cut to size, it isn't even painted, and I looked up there and I go, the cameras in my house look better than that, and it just drove me nuts. So, long story short, Ben and Stephanie have been fantastic. They put in a little extra legwork. I sent in the examples of what's called the junction box, so basically the proper mounting gear for cameras that make them look nicer and actually connect them, and it just all seamless. Sent it back to the company. They came back and said, we found it, we know what it is, but rather than just the generic metal pole that we just kind of screwed this to, you need to buy the proper pole and then the proper junction box. They did offer to install it for free for what we'll call it the mix-up, or the not great one they left us, I'll call it. You know, so we at least don't have to pay the labor, but there was a supply cost to the items, which would have been on, or should have been on, the original bid, and that was the $425 and some change or something like that. So that's what this is. I'll be perfectly honest. Do we have to have it? No. Is it functional? Yes. Does it look cheap and half-arsed? Yes. And as far as a proper camera system on what should have been installed and how it should have been installed, I was shocked that's how it was bid and that we missed it somehow, but I would much rather see the proper equipment put in for that camera. The rest of them are fine.
How long ago was it installed?
Just
did we
like
do?
a month, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
No, it's been a little bit. Time
It was
flies.
this summer,
It was this
right?
summer, yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's already November.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
almost
it's
December.
November, it's been a little bit.
It's,
but
the months have
it-
just flown by
It did
this
take them a
fall.
little while to get back and forth, then just in the communication of, hey, do we have this? And it probably took them a good few weeks to just simply come back and say, okay, we found what you're talking about. We were able to find the right parts. Here's what you need. So it did take them a little bit to get back to us. But they were able to find what I was able to find for like the cameras and things I'm familiar installing. I was basically saying, do you have something like this? And they were able to locate one.
Well, I would say that's nice of them to come and put it in for us.
Yes.
Without charging us any labor. I would move to approve this.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mayor Council reports, I'll just remind everybody, including all of our residents, we have our lighting of Lafayette was going to be December 6th, 4:30 to 5:30. And at 5:30, we will have the Jeep Jingle Parade. We have around 20 of the 5707 group. That's literally their name, and our zip code, that are going to be decorating their Jeeps and doing a parade. They'll start off at the AMVETS, head their way to Lafayette Road, just kind of drive a little bit around Lafayette Road, and this will be kind of synced with the lighting of Lafayette. And then afterwards, everybody's invited to go to the AMVETS because they'll have refreshments there. That's it for me.
I just have a question. So what is
Sure.
the status of the Lafayette Road project? Are we just waiting for paperwork to be done?
It's a
by-
DOT project, so it normally takes 6 months to close out.
But all the physical work is done?
Yes.
We're just waiting for paperwork?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
worth commenting on the award that project won?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. We received the Smoothness Award from the Iowa Asphalt Association. I'll be going down there, and please feel free to join me December 11th to receive that award. So,
So hopefully through all the, well, one, just simply the waiting up front to finally get the project going, and then B, all the frustrations that simply just come along with construction. Hopefully they now can all feel it's worth it, especially now as an extra plug that apparently in smoothness standards as they go, we are super smooth. So
actually,
hopefully the residents can appreciate it. And
our engineer Adrian with Bolton and Mink said that was quite, that's actually quite a thing, that we would receive that. And I think even more remarkable is I think the DOT is the one that recommended it. So it is quite an honor.
Man, this is smooth.
It is.
It
Still
is.
dropping my cup of coffee all the way down.
Well, they had actually set aside about 4 hours for the DOT walkthrough and inspection, and they were done in about an hour.
Because it was so smooth.
He was impressed. The representative with the DOT was impressed, so.
Suppose they had some smooth operators.
Woo.
This could go on all night.
I was gonna say, you better
Take an
call and I can
adjournment.
keep them puns coming for a
He can go
while.
on all night.
Yeah, if council doesn't have anything, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So motion to,
Second.
So smooth. Approve, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
See, sorry.